Hey guys, in this video we're going to be looking at doing a little bit of math using three variable equations. In this case we're going to use a density equation where we got 1, 2, 3 things, and every time you do one of these problems you're always going to get two of them and you got to solve for the third. You've done this in algebra, but we're also going to be looking at how to deal with units, because units will be something a little bit new, then we're going to be using it a lot this year. Okay, so the first one is usually really easy for the kids. So let's say I'm given the mass, and the mass is 6 grams. And let's say the volume of this particular item happens to be 18 milliliters. And we use milliliters when we're dealing with a liquid, so we're pretending that we got a liquid in this problem. Now, pretty easy. Plug in what you know. Well, density, I don't know it, so I just go ahead and write it. Then I look at my equation, it says equals, so then I write equals. Mass goes on top, well, I can substitute for mass. So 6 grams will then go on top, and you gotta include the unit. And then volume, I can substitute for 18 milliliters. Okay. Now with that, I just go ahead and plug in my calculator. 6 is on top, so it's 6 divided by 18. So that's gonna give me 0.33, and then looking at these units here, grams over milliliters, nothing's canceling out. So grams over milliliters is your unit, will equal density. And that'd be your answer for the first one. That was not too bad. Let's look at another situation here. Let's say this time I did not know the mass. And let's say the density was 5 grams per cubic centimeter. Let's pretend we're doing a solid this time, and solids are in cubic centimeters. And let's say the volume this time was 20 cubic centimeters. Okay. So I plug in like I did the first time. Okay, so density, well this time I know density, so I plug that in. Grams per cubic centimeter, equal sign follows. Over mass, well I've got nothing for mass, so I'm going to put M. You can shorten it up by putting something in there, but don't use X, don't use Y or Z. In math class you do that because you're not really knowing what you're solving for. But in science, we know what we're solving for, so we're going to use a letter that makes sense. Okay, like I did D on the last problem. Okay, so volume then goes on the bottom, which I can plug this in. Okay. Now there are a couple ways to solve it. If you show me a different way that works and I approve it, good for you. But we're going to do a cross multiplication method that I know is being taught in your math classes. So I'm going to put 1 over 5. Any whole number can be put over 1. I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. Okay, so M times 1 is just M. And then this one I'm going to cross multiply. 5 times 20 is 100. Now looking at the units, so this is something that's a little different, is looking at units. Cubic centimeters are going to cancel, leaving me with grams. And mass, 100 grams totally makes sense because mass is in grams. That would be the answer to that one. Last one would be, this time I'm missing volume. Okay, so let's say we're doing a liquid again this time. So let's say I've got 3 grams per milliliter. And let's say the volume this time is, let's go 6. Let's go 6 milliliters is the volume. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is the same problem. Okay. Let's go mass is 6 grams. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in what I know. Well, density is 3 grams per milliliter is equal to the mass is 6 grams over, this time I'm missing volume. We're going to do the same thing we did the last time. Okay, we're going to make this a cross multiply problem. Okay, and I'm going to cross multiply here. Okay. Okay, it's going to be 6 grams. Okay, and then over here I'm going to cross multiply. And I'm going to get 3 grams per milliliter times V. Okay, And now the variable, we need to isolate the variable. Okay, and it's real important because we can't actually figure out what the volume is. So to do that, the volume is being multiplied by all this stuff. So to get rid of something that's being multiplied, you have to do the opposite function, which is to divide. Okay, and you divide not just by the 3, but the unit as well. So this all cancels out, but whatever you did over here, you got to do over there. 6 divided by 3 will give me 2. Now what to do with the units? Grams will cancel, leaving me with milliliters, and that will be your volume. I hope those videos help you out. If you have any trouble with this, don't be afraid to ask your teacher. Thanks, guys.